The European Union's envoy to India, Ugo Astuto, has said that each member state can have WHO-approved vaccines on the national list for travel. Days after it emerged that the European Medicines Agency had not listed Covishield, the envoy spoke to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal. Let's listen in.
What is the EU stance over the absence of Covishield vaccine, if you can tell us, and also what's the use of this entire green pass?
Well, let's start about the use of the green pass. And the EU digital COVID certificate is meant to facilitate safe free movement during the COVID-19 pandemic within the European Union. So it will serve as a proof that the person was vaccinated against COVID-19 or received a negative test result or recovered from COVID-19. So the aim of the digital certificate is to facilitate free movement inside the European Union. But it is not a precondition to travel. Also persons, for instance, who have not been vaccinated will continue to be able to travel. Following based on the current restrictions and limitations, some of which have become so familiar by now, the quarantine, the testing. So for the purpose of the digital COVID certificate, individual member states will also have the option to accept vaccinations that have been authorized by the World Health Organization. So beside the list of the vaccinations authorized already by the EMA, individual member states can take the decision also to include in their own national list other vaccinations authorized by the World Health Organization. And I understand Covishield is in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning the possible EMA authorization for Covishield, well, I think I've read a statement by the European Medicine Agency stating that as of yesterday, they had not received the request for approval of Covishield. I'm sure that the EMA will examine any such request when it receives it, based on its procedures. The EMA, as far as I know, does not investigate new drugs on its own, but it needs to receive a request from the relevant companies.
Mm-hmm. So my second question to you is, when can we see the Indian nationals be able to go to European Union, and also the use of EMA list? EMA list is largely a marketing list. Was there a kind of a conversation in the European Union that they will use EMA list as the basis of the Green Pass?
Well, the Council has adopted recently, on the 20th of May, a revised recommendation updating the approach to travel from outside the European Union. And the Council recommendation aims to ease the current temporary restrictions on non-essential travel into the EU. Mm-hmm. But taking into account the progress of vaccination campaigns and developments in the epidemic worldwide. So the situation is constantly being reviewed. The experience of the COVID pass, I think, will also serve as a test to explore how best to adapt the easing of temporary restrictions from third countries and develop appropriate modalities. But this is still work in progress. As you say, when it comes to India, we have temporary restrictions in place to non-essential travel due to the situation of the epidemic. Clearly, where variants of interest or variants of concern have been detected, the international community shall keep the guard high for the global common good. But the situation is fluid and it's regularly reviewed. So let's hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION as always. And of course, perhaps soon the restrictions will go and this will be a happy news for everyone, both in European Union and here in India. Thank you so much, sir.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you for inviting.